Hi everyone, happy Saturday. It's Tracy. I would like to take you for a tour with a lovely lady named Florielle. Now this is Shar at Idajane's. This is her, Idajane Designs, sorry. This is her newest kit that's just come out, and I love all of her kits. Whenever one comes out, I'm like grabbing it because there's just something beautiful about each one. So we're gonna start. This is the one, what I tried to do with this book is I tried to do my first fabric spine, but I bit off way more than I can chew because the book is a bigger size, plus I had 4 massive signatures, and I think it was just too much to take on for my first time. I think I probably should have went with a smaller book and 3 little signatures. So the front and back covers are sitting over there waiting for the next time I get nerve to try one. And luckily I had another book that was the perfect size. So let's take a look. So on the front, I just have this little bulb pin, and this is just a picture from one of the girls in the kit. And I just cut it out and put it in this cute little frame. And this is some seam binding from Nancy at Wishes and Weeds. And once I get through this maze, we can get going. Now I had, you know me and my buckles. So I have this buckle, and it, can you see, hopefully with this sun shining in now. I think it was supposed to have another piece because there's like a little slot underneath there, but I thought it looked really good there. So I decided that it was going to go there. And then I had another doily and I can't find it, but this one's just as pretty to go there. And it was just so it would break up a lot of the brown. And I just took some of this French ticking from Kathy at Greek Chick and just put it over the name of the book and the author on the spine, because it doesn't really have anything to do with what I'm doing. So on the front, this is actually from another kit of Shar's, but I thought it was, I printed it on presentation paper, which just makes everything so much more brilliant. You know that. That's why it's so expensive. And behind it is just another piece from another kit of hers that I wanted to use on the cover. And so I didn't glue this down. I left it so there's a slot there, and I think I only put one thing in there. Yeah, I put this postcard from, it's Saint Anne de Beaupré, and it's in Quebec. And so I just kind of like the brilliant red of it. So yeah, Florielle, I took out my typewriter and I made a little tag because I tried it with my little dynamo or whatever those things are called. And I only had red and blue, so it didn't really fit. So let's take a look. So it is a altered book with hidden spine. I'm forgetting what I'm supposed to be talking about. And then I did fabric for the lining. That's very like it was in the same group as this. I put some lace across here to add a little pocket, and did another little name band there with some tiny brads. And here, this is a page from the kit. It's just gorgeous. I just did a little finish over her, so she kind of stood out a little bit, shone a little bit, reflected. And this is just some ribbon that I added there. And here's just a really cute photo of a bunch of women at a picnic. And I think it's so cute. So we can say it's Florielle and all her friends and her family out for a nice picnic lunch. On this page, we have the offcut of number stencils and or number die cuts, and I put some acetate behind it. And then I took this is part of the kit right there, that little girl sitting there. And I just had some waxed, a tag from another kit. And so I just added it on to here to make a cute little tag, and it sits right in there. And this is the antique ledger from my big ledger book. And this is just a stamp on some coffee dyed tracing paper and book page. And of course we have to have the Rue Saint-Jacques because we were at Saint Anne de Beaupré back there. And so I think this is actually French writing as well, so it kind of all comes together, and these are my favorite book darts. So here, this is a part from, I don't know if it's this kit or another one, but it just matched. This is some of my stenciling on or coffee dyeing with doilies. I put some lace on the bottom here, put some of my funky tape. Here I just took a little piece from the kit and just did a little texture paste on there, and that's just a sticker. I ran down the back, and then I embossed some paint chips. And so there's lots of writing space here. And here is a vintage invoice from 1926. And I've got just a little button with, you'll see the kit has brilliant oranges, and I think this is the first kit of hers where there's really orange in it, and I thought that was really cool. So I tried to play it up in as many places as I could. So there's just a little, another offcut of a die cut, but it sort of fits. I know it's upside down, but it sort of fit that little spot there. And then just another tag from, or journaling card. Here I did some texture paste on some vintage music paper. And this is from like lace like this that I got from Kathy at Greek Chick. And so I decided to use it to hold some lace here for this kit. And I love the tags on the lace. I think that's awesome. And I did a little lace across there with a rusty paper clip. And here is another coffee dyed page there. And on the back there was an airmail envelope, but it was too bulky, so I had to like really cut down, take out a lot of the pages. And the airmail envelope was one of them, but I had done this collage and I'm like, I'm not letting that go to waste. So I just took the collage part and put it right in there. And here is a piece of the kit on tracing paper. And this is from a little book. I think it's like a promotional book about the city or town Wells in England or Great Britain. Yeah, Great Britain. And just a little tag there. I love that. Footwear specialists. Agents for the best brands of boots. And here on this page from the kit, it was like a fabric, piece of fabric it was supposed to be, so I just added this trim that I had. This was from a scarf that I took off. And over here we have a big piece of lace across the signature. We have some orange to bring out the orange buttons. We have some orange silk on here. And these are just stenciled on the back. And I did a stencil across here, and then just a little key. And here, just keep going. Isn't this pretty? I love this. And so lots of writing space, which is good because I usually don't have that much. So we've got some more punched music paper here, another little pocket to use on that invoice. There's that beautiful pink stenciling. And here I had a label. I think that's the labeling kit from Louisa Heinzel. So I just took a couple brads and added this piece of tracing paper flowers that I had left over from something, I'm not sure exactly. There's that French student writing. And here is just a little piece of an envelope where they tore the stamp off, right? Because they wanted to keep the stamp. So I added that right there. It fit the kit really well. And just a little tag in there. Whoops, whoops. And then here, these are my favorite ladies. This is from that book. I've talked about it before, where it's just a whole bunch of pictures of ladies just having a rockin' time. Like the last one I did, I think there was the ladies in their house dresses doing exercises. Well, here they're having coffee and they're just having a heck of a time. She didn't get the joke. She's like, I got it. And she's like, you should get it. And in here, come on, it is just a little, I think this is like from some sort of paper package. But here, this is from this little shiny thing here on this bulb pin. In the kit, they had these 2 or 3 little tiny things like this. You'll see another one down the road. So I just did like my version of resin, and I've done that before, and I decided to make it a little dangle on the tag. So that's where I'll put that back later. And this is just another postcard from Saint Anne de Beaupré in Montreal, Quebec. So here we have a picture more members of the family, and they were on kitchen duty and they're just having a break right now. So out, Tracy's adjusting her chair. And this is on that ledger page. It just it flips out. There's just a little ruffle there, and an envelope here with the orange and green stamps that I love, and just it pops down. You can open it up, hide stuff in it. I used the fabric from the spine, and so just a little hidden space for you. Just some lace trim on this page. Whoops. And we're starting signature 2. And again, I've just done a little Mod Podge over that. You don't really see it, but I just wanted, Mod Podge just brightens up a certain part of a page. Like it just takes a duller page, because I didn't have really good paper for this kit. So when I don't have really good paper, I try and like Mod Podge certain parts that I want to stand out. So that's what I did there. And I know you probably can't tell, but if it's in the light, you can see a bit of a shine. Make sure I'm in there. Isn't that pretty? I love this. She's so good. And then a little pin on a rust, or a little button on a rusted safety pin. And here is just another offcut, which, you know, I love my offcuts. Here's just a leftover piece of a part of the kit. Here's just some fabric. We've got one of those little coffee thingies down here, and we've got some ribbon on here. Now this comes off, and the reason that is there is because, isn't that pretty? I just fussy cut a part of the kit that I printed on the really good paper. Aren't they sweet? I just added that there. But you open this up and look, there's Florielle. And so this is to write like all her favorite things she can write in there, and maybe her wishes and dreams, and it's kept private. So, and also I got this picture from Nancy, but it was really long, and I didn't know where I was ever going to be able to find a place for it. So I just trimmed it down a bit, and it fit perfectly in there. So that's Florielle. And on this beautiful piece of rag, we have some texture paste, and this is from Nancy. And on this piece of ledger, I did what I saw Sharon Worth do a while ago, where she takes a piece of paper from the kit, folds it in half, and then puts the lace between the two pieces. So it makes a really pretty journaling card or just a little tag. And this is a vintage check from Kate at Pixie K Design, a New Zealand check from 1929. And this is an envelope from the kit. And inside I just had this little key that I just put in there. And this is a tag from the kit. And I don't know if you can tell, it's a little bit modged. So it's just members of the family again. And so that goes there. And it is a flip. This is, oh, I love this. And so I just added a little seal here and then this fussy cut so you can kind of see it so the page isn't blank. And I made it into a pocket, and this is just a tag from the kit. And this is a beautiful birthday postcard for a sister. And it's to my dear sister, wishing you many happy birthdays. Happy something wishes, maybe, of your birthday. Aw. Aww. So that's just in this big pocket here. And look, look. Is this not gorgeous? And you can tell I printed this on the good paper. But oh my God, I just absolutely love this page in so many ways. I can't tell you. So I did nothing to it. So it is just plain. So on the back, move this rusty paper clip. I have this is from one of the books that I got from Heather on Marketplace a little while ago, and it's got the orange in it. So I wanted to add that to it. And I hear my son coming down the stairs. And this is from a wallpaper sample book. Or not wallpaper, sorry, fabric sample book. Hi, Nick. And I just added a little piece of lace trim up there with a rusted, have fun at the beach, rusted safety pin. And then just this little piece to write on. And we flip it over, and I had this beautiful piece of lace, and I had to use it. There are black accents throughout the kit, and so just trying to be cohesive in it. And it's just beautiful here because it has like the brown there. And here we have a postcard from Bonnet en français. And there's the other side of that check. Here's the other side of that vintage ledger, and it again has an envelope with this from 1970, so it's not that old, but it's a lovely airmail envelope with nice stamp. And then I just added, this is a Dutch mailing label. Here we have a ticket. This is from, I think I got this from Danny at Daniso Ace. And then this is just from a vintage receipt, just a piece of it. And then look at the orange cigar label. Isn't that perfect? Yeah. And then you have more spot to hide stuff, and you also have a pocket to put stuff in at the top. And just a little line of stencil down the side of that page. And here's a page of the kit, and it just folds out, and there's just another offcut. You can do whatever you want with it, but I just thought it kind of cool that it's got all the little paint samples there. And yeah, just another beautiful page from the kit. Love this. This is one of my favorite colors. I have a lot of favorite colors. See here, this is what I'm talking about. She had these little things throughout. And so I cut them out, and I did my own take on resin. So Okay, let me make sure I'm in. Hey, we've got some, I think this is antique music paper, and this beautiful postcard of Dame Laura Knight and Gaudy Beggars. And I just thought it was really pretty with the oranges and the browns to go there. And it's just a postcard from 68 or 6, one of those dates. Look, another gorgeous page. Shar, what are you doing? And then some acetate behind this frame just popped down over that picture of that little girl. And here is the beautiful picture that's in here. And I love it. Absolutely love it. And this is just some, this is from, I think the Canadian Advertisers magazine that I have. And this is just some antique music paper over top. Here we have some coffee and distress oxide spray stenciling. Just a little ticket there to remember to flip the page. Remember to check and see if you're in view. I can't tell. Everything's shiny. This is some onion skin from Nancy at Greek Chick. So here's, like I said, those little things. So this one I cut out and it's shiny. I don't know if you can tell or even if I'm anywhere close to where I'm supposed to be right now. Oh my God, sorry about the shake. I had to kind of lean over. So here I just made a little pocket. It's got a vintage ticket and then these faux vintage, faux postage stamps. And then just a little piece of lace trim there. And you can't have a journal without a Polaroid from Raindrop Lila. So that's from Lydia right there. Another pocket. And here I took that trim and I added it there. And this is a page from another kit of hers. And it's actually a, you know how in the past I've had like, oops, that was a mistake, but it like turned out to be a mistake. This is a Diet Coke incident. So you can see, but doesn't it make it look perfect? Yes. And then this is just down here to catch anything that was gonna fly out. And so here we have a, I think it's an invitation for Madame Louise de Bazelare, oui, our SVP. And on the back, it has some sort of list. The École Militaire Paris, Saint-Marquis de Boiseau, Maison d'Etsuard. I have no idea what it's for, but I wasn't going to cover it up or hide it because it needs to be seen, right? Look, it could be code. And this is a vintage label right there that was repurposed from the Sacrificed kit. And this is Sweet Pea Curiosities, Marissa's German tape. This is a piece from a vintage ledger. And this is from Marley's Design. This is a freebie kit she had a while ago. And here's some vintage ledger. And I just had a leftover piece of this from the kit, and so I just added a little piece of fabric at the top, some tickets down below. And here on this rusted paper clip we have another Princess Pat rayon hairnet with luckily no hair in it. What's funny is Heather, the lady that I buy from on Marketplace that gives me a bunch of free stuff, she's selling one of these that actually has the hairnet in it. She's selling one for $15. So I got about 25, like none of them had a hairnet, but some of them had like instructions and stuff. I got like 25 and I didn't pay like $125 for, or whatever, you know, math. So this is a digital of a postcard, but I absolutely love the cover. This is another tag from the kit. Isn't she cute? I tried to fussy cut her as best I can. I don't cut well at all. I am so crooked. Like, I'll show you sometime how crooked I get. So this is a page from the kit. I just added that punched piece of cardstock up there in a twine tie in here. I just added this little piece. I think it's on tracing paper. And here is from a German book page. And this is just a tag I had from a different project that I had left over. This is some lace I put along here. Love it. That's from Kathy again. I added the orange on this tag here and love this. So this is on the good paper. What a difference, eh? So a couple little tags in there. And we have some piece of lace down there, like, which was probably salvaged from a pillowcase or something. And then I just made this little collage here, and it just tucks in there. And here's another beautiful page. Gorgeous. And on the back, we have the lace again. And just a little for Saint John the Baptiste. I think it was maybe a postage stamp of some sort. Yep. And here just really faint stenciling along the bottom of that fold. And here is a postcard from Hans Hair House, oldest house in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, built in 1719. But isn't that awesome? Oh, take me there. Okay. And this is that 1932 dictionary that I have. Here's just some lace trim across there with, this is from the kit. It's like lace doily, but it's printed on tracing paper. So I thought you could tuck something up there if you wanted. But here is another picture of Florielle. It's the day that they all went for the picnic. And she's posing on the rocks. That's her dating profile picture. And we have another ticket there. Some there. And then on this one, I just left this separate. This is another label that I've done my own little resin trick to. This is from the spine. And this is just a letter that I have absolutely no idea what it says, but I'm sure it's from Florielle and her friends. And so I just added that in there. It's beautiful handwriting. Get up, get up, get up. And we added a little bit of texture paste over there. Here's the onion skin paper. Please, Lord, let me be in frame. And here, I just made a scrappy pad with a whole bunch of leftover pieces, and I just made it, added this tag in the front so I could tuck it on top of there, and it can sit right there. And here we have the last page of the kit. You can see this is from the front cover, so you can see the difference. This is on presentation paper, and this is on I think it's 24 or 28 pound paper. Big difference, right? And then on the back again, just the fabric backing, and just another one of those little thingies. And there she is, folks. I hope that she was in frame because I can't see because the sun is so bright. So like I said the other day, I made a mistake, but sometimes it's meant to be and it turns out. You just have to look at it from another direction, right? So be proud of the work that you do and be thankful that you have friends like I have friends on this wonderful social media community that we have. Forever grateful for all of you. And let me know what you think. and have a marvelous Saturday, everybody. And we'll talk to you very soon. Bye.